Hey folks, it's Jim. Today we're going to go over Pakistan delivering rare earths to the U.S. when China thought they had complete control of Pakistan, right? So China invested and gave Pakistan that technology and helped them develop it. Now Pakistan is turning around and selling to the U.S. Why? Because China's undercutting everybody China does business with. They undercut. And so Pakistan can make a lot more money selling to the US than they can back to China. And that was China's goal, by the way. They tried to, through the Belt and Road Initiative, they not only tried to get this transportation route and control it, but control prices of the commodities that flowed through those routes, right? So now Pakistan and Congo and many other nations that once believed China was there to help them prosper have realized it's a complete trap, right? It's a debt trap as well as a control trap. And so now they're all kind of turning against them. And also, Brazil is a great ally of the BRICS and China, right? Brazil is not happy with China either. So, and what's the other point about rare earths? So, anyway, Pakistan delivered a shipload of rare earths, several different kinds, to the U.S. Okay, and so what's the big deal about that? You know, one, China's losing control. Two, a lot of people don't understand that rare earths are not rare. They're all over. Okay, the U.S. has plenty. Canada is loaded, right? So the same thing with lithium, right? So these items aren't rare. It's the processing. Nobody wants to process it because it's extremely dirty to process it, right? And it can result in a lot of pollution. So that's been where most nations in the West didn't want to deal with processing rare earths. Not that we can't mine them or get them, it's that we didn't want to process them. Well, now places like Pakistan and others are stepping up and saying, you know, Pakistan, China, we're not going to deal with you anymore. Either you give us fair market value for our product, or we're going to go to the West where we can make a lot more money. And so that's what a lot of these nations are doing. That's why I'm not too concerned about rare earths right now. Plus, we have a stockpile of them. They just don't talk about it. But, you know, for the last 3 or 4 years, this idea that China could short and put restrictions on rare earth exports led to stockpiling of rare earths, okay? And they don't talk about it. The US does the same thing China does with regards to stockpiling precious metals and other items that are valuable around the earth, right? So we've got over 2 billion ounces of silver stocked in a warehouse, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of this stuff that people are panicking about, they're just not that rare. They're really not. I know it says rare earths, but the minerals are not rare. It's the processing of them that is extremely difficult to do clean, okay, without polluting your water supply and other things, as China has found out. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that. Keep your eye on all of this. It is important, but try not to be too afraid, okay? China has burned a lot of bridges business wise with a lot of the countries they said they were, you know, going to help prosper. It wound up being a debt trap and a control, okay, that came from China instead of what the nations thought, which is what they would be prospering, okay? So keep that in mind. And here comes Donald Trump saying, let's make a deal, right? So, and these countries are like, yeah, let's make a deal, okay? So, in one way, China is trying to assert its authority and its power. In another way, China's going to lose its authority and its power and control over rare earths. I would say within 5 years, 3 years, China will control less than 50% of the rare earth market. Okay. And they're going to lose big providers like Pakistan right now. Okay. Because of the bad business that they've been doing. And this is all going to come back to haunt China in many, many ways. Bad business practices, exploiting countries you were supposed to be partnering with and helping to prosper, and it becomes an exploitation ring. That's kind of what's going on. So rare earths are critical in all of that. If you own them, I would expect the value is going to go way up because the West is going to start processing and refining them. So, and that's a very dirty process. It costs a lot of money in the West to do it because of that. Because it's so dirty, it will be very expensive to process them here. And that's going to drive the value of them up. And I have quite a few rare earth magnets that I play with and have been experimenting with and bought a long, long time ago when they were dirt cheap. So I'm grateful that I have those. Right now, I didn't even consider that. I'm looking at gold, silver, platinum, palladium all going up, going, yeah, wow. And then it dawned on me, wait, what's the price of rare earth magnets going to be going forward, right? So, and again, remember, folks, it doesn't mean the minerals are rare, okay? They're abundant on the earth. What is difficult or dirty, it's not even that difficult, it's just dirty to process them, okay? So know and be aware of that. And the West is way behind, so that's nothing to sneeze at. The West has a lot of catching up to do, but from what I'm understanding, it's already happening, okay? And has been happening, right? Not just under Trump's watch, but they've been moving forward on some of this stuff before Trump took office, okay? It was just a matter of getting the environmental agencies out of the way so that they could do it quickly. And so now Trump has done that. So relax. And I think it's funny as hell that Pakistan is standing up to China. So are others, Congo. Others are turning to Trump to make deals. And let's see how this all shakes out. It's a fascinating time we're living in. This is a time that, history books are going to record and all of that. So everything that's going on, I think, is really interesting. Hope you're all doing well. Hope life's treating you good. Jim out.